Anyway, today we're looking at Telsa. This is August 23rd, and this was my trade for the day. I'm looking at Tesla right at the back, right out the gate, and this is a 5-minute candle. And I'm watching it go down, and I'm keeping an eye on the daily as it started here and was gapped down. So it was an inside day. So I'm sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting till it gets up to about the 175 mark. That's what I was looking at, that it gets up and breaks past the previous day high, then that is my signal to go in, and that was at 177, somewhere in that ballpark. But I'm looking here at the 5, and I knew it was on its way up, but I'm looking at the 5-minute here, and I'm looking at a possible actionable signal, a 2-1-2 reversal. That's what I'm looking at. So what ends up happening is I'm waiting, and this candle here at 645 never took over the 640 candle, so it was an inside candle, so I still stayed away. But once it broke out above that, and I knew it was time to get in, but I was hesitant. I hesitated. I should have jumped in here, but as it's going up, and I'm, I better ride it out, because I'm looking here, that's the high of this day, and I'm thinking this is where it's going to pull back. Sure enough, it pulled back, but the initial run on the next 5-minute candle was up. So I'm figuring, okay, blew past that, we're in. It's a 2 to the upside. Well, it hits the peak and then collapses. The next 5-minute candle tried to get up again, pushed down, and then that was it. My manual stop, I was looking here at the bottom of this candle at 1869. And if it would have hit that, I would have been out. But man, we got very close and tested it, but there was a little bounce there. And then at about this time, it's going. Okay, I'm past where I got in. I'm almost even, and I'm on the way up, which is good. Next candle pops, and then that's 710, and at about 711, 712, I was out. I think it went up and it started to come back just a little bit and then took off, but on that slight little pullback, I said, that's enough, good enough, get out. So in here at that point, and I was out at 711, 712, somewhere around this point. I mean, not a bad little trade. Had to suffer for 10 minutes for it to come back up. But again, I had a manual stop here at the bottom of this candle. I'd have probably taken, I don't know, about $30, $40 loss, which isn't good. I don't like any loss at all, but you have those days. So then it bounced back up, and again, I got out. We see here, so you see where I got out, and you see what happened with this candle. It just kept going and then pulled back a little bit, and then we had 15 minutes of a decline here, and then probably a bunch of profit takers. And then boom, up again, and then just some consolidation and dipping, some sellers, and then come in some buyers, and then some sellers, and up and down through the day. Tricky day to trade. Again, if we look down here at the daily, once we got past the previous day high, it was the green light was to go. But if we look at the weekly over here, we're still in a 2 to the downside. And it's got a long way to go to get across the previous week's high, but it was only Tuesday, so who knows what can happen. Looking at the monthly down here, we are looking at 2 to the upside, but it's red. It's got a lot of down pressure. Went up, came down, it's pushing back up. It's trying to get back on top to be a green 2 to the upside, but again, we're seeing some selling going on, but we'll see what happens when the split arrives. All right, hope your day was good today, and we'll check you out next time.